there's good things coming in the new season, or at least a sign of experimentation. Hang on. There we go. Done another line. So, hey, it's going to be great, everyone. Woo! Right. This week's smaller stories then.
Yeah.
Let's go. Okay.
I was trying to pull the energy down a little bit for this.
No, Matt. It's Renown catch-up.
Fuck yeah. Here's why it won't be going up to 80. Fuck you, player.
You can play multiple specs without running Torghast 9s until you die.
Allegedly.
Okay, so we do feel it's important. This was a response, I believe, to somebody just saying, Renown catch-up 80, please.
What are you doing? Why is it not 80?
So instead of just giving us the thing that we want so that we can play the
game,
so that we can play our different classes, instead we're getting a path to 80 with a bit more clarity. Now I actually understand some of their thinking here, because there are some mounts and things in the Renown track. Maybe they want you to do a little smidge of work to get those, whereas a lot of us are seeing this strictly as an access to gameplay options thing, which certainly, I'd like to try a few different covenants in my Frost Mage. Grinding Renown from 40 to 80 3 times? No. But here's what they are doing. The Broker Mark of Distinction will increase the renown of your currently active covenant to 60, up from 40. Decently big change. But you may think, 60? Oh, that's about when Torghast 9 stops giving you guaranteed. Well, they've made it so that the following activities have a 100% chance to give you 1 renown. That is Mythic and M+ Dungeons, Torghast 9 through 16, defeating a Shadowlands raid boss encounter, and winning an RBG.
Winning an RBG? Jesus Christ.
For all those RBGers.
Fucking hell.
And Crystal Conflict, or I suppose I can talk about this later.
Yeah.
The format of Crystal Conflict ranked just so makes me wish that we had solo queue RBGs.
Yeah, damn straight.
And I have to bring that up all the time for some reason. Right. Okay. So basically, they're doing some shit here to make Renown better. This, if you're not aware, is the item you can buy in Ouroboros. It's unlocked when your character is at Renown level 80, and right now it brings you up to 40. This will bring you up to 60. So that's 20 for free, which is pretty good. Worth saying, for a new alt, if you do this and then do just a little bit of the patch 9.2 campaign, you'll be up to 80 in no time.
Yeah.
In fact, what you could probably do is get a new alt, join Covenants, boost them all up to 60.
Yeah.
And this would be quite fiddly and annoying to do, but then you could blast through the new campaign quests, swapping Covenants as you go to get as much of that XP, because every step of the new 9.2 campaign, every quest gives you Renown, which is pretty good.
Although there's also, if you're at least renowned, if you're at least revered on one character, you don't need to do the campaign for any other reason, so because you get the double Lego that way.
Yeah, so there we go for Renown. Certainly a good change to be coming in.
Indeed.
There's
we'll
a big,
have a Dakor Melty here.
A nice little Dakor Melty. This is one of the favorite, one of the great bits of the stream.
Yeah.
We don't let him out, so really it's these boxes are where he really gets the.
These are his Miz.
Yeah. So basically, why not hotfix? Why wait to 9.2.5?
Yeah, that's a good
please.
question.
9.2.5. It has to be before Season 4 comes out, because Season 4 is going to be months away.
Yeah.
What's going on? P.S. Where's the Creation Catalyst?
Yeah, it's next week. Oh, unfortunate Blizzard. There's something else I want to do next week. That's just really poor timing on your end there.
Yeah, I'm gonna be going on a newfound adventure.
Gonna be doing new content.
And yeah,
Imagine that.
Totally. Just hey, why is this not a thing right now? Absolutely. Speaking of things, there we go. Gingy says, remove Valor cap.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, there could be some concern about the pacing of the player gear up experience.
Yeah. But there's also concern of just let me get out,
Yeah. It's maybe remove the Valor cap, or you could alternative
make it heavier, or instead of capping based on Valor, cap on number. No, I suppose capping on number of upgrades wouldn't work, because then you just prioritize the weapons and stuff. I don't know. That's unfortunate. It's I'm sure there's a way around this. It just feels nicer, but it's certainly for players, it's pretty grim.
Yeah,
it even impacted me in like week 1 or 2. I was like, fuck this, goddamn.
that's it.
I mean,
Okay, I guess.
yeah. Also, the fact that you can literally make the wrong choice of Valor, like Dakar was complaining to me, he did first week because the drop just went differently, and he's like, sweet, just wasted like Valor, grand. I guess I'll get that back in 3 weeks.
Yeah. Or at least like give us a way to strip upgrades out of a bit of gear to get the Valor back.
Yeah.
Because of that, at least in that way, you have an upgrade budget that will increase over time that you can allocate as you want. Now Blizzard will then say, oh, remember why we didn't like reforging? You know, think about the amount of simming that would cause or whatever. But it's like from the player experience, just the idea that you have a limited currency and you don't feel like you can use it like week 1 through, you know, you can't use it until you get your BIS.
Yeah.
It's kind of, it's not very player.
Yeah, sensible. It is a very good solution to the problem of, you know, being able to upgrade M+ gear, but it is a bad player experience to be on the wrong side of that. So it's like, it's probably a bad trade-off overall. And you're like, well, I mean, if you're thinking about that from the angle of just, you know, let us strip upgrades and reapply them, and like, well, what about all the simming? What about the reforging? Like, yeah, except you never think about making a sim any other time. So if that's ever a genuine argument internally, please rethink it, because the amount of simming we have to do for everything is a nightmare. It's impossible to intuit what trinket's better than the others because there's so much mathematics happening under the hood that you have to sim it. Be yourself a tank, healer, or DPS. With stat weights, you can kind of eyeball a little bit and get the understanding, but with trinkets and some effects, it's like, no. Same with Legendaries, it's like, you clearly don't care. So either apply this method of thinking to everything you do or nothing. Don't go in the middle.
Some of this for some players, because I understand there's people like Dakor who in week 1 just, how many M+ did he do?
Oh, it was like 30 plus, 40 plus maybe.
Madman. And those are what, like, well, I guess in week 1, like 10s, 15s?
Probably would have been 15 to 20.
Yeah, 15,
somewhere in there.
Right. So there's some people like that who just do that. But there's also loads of people who, you know, just sort of slowly climb up in the season. So there is a cap on your upgrades anyway, and that's your rating.
Yeah.
Which, you know, for the average player, because not everybody is a zoom.
Yep.
You know, is going to take some time and sort of like naturally spread out that. Right. Another good thing for tier, you know, as of next week, Creation Catalyst.
Yeah.
Okay, so official confirmation of tier sets from Sandworn gear. Now, it would have been good to know about this earlier so that people could actually acquire Sandworn gear. But what this does mean is that this is a way for people who do not do the big high-end game content to get themselves some tier gear.
Indeed, yes.
Right, so they can go, they can farm up their Sandworn gear, and they can get item level 246 tier. And that's also a way for them to access the visual appearance of the tier as well. So that's a good thing to have, I think, actually. And, you know, it's not going to detract from the end game experience because it's a pretty low item level below normal, and it's also decently slow to acquire. But I think it's good that option is there. Now, the other thing then is the Creation Catalyst. Of course, we've waited our 8 weeks, us patient gamers, and now we can make tier with the Creation Catalyst. Now, the Catalyst charges will start rare enough, being 1 a week, and then accelerate as the patch moves towards the future. So, as of next week, you'll be able to make 1 bit of tier. Assuming you, of course, have got a eligible piece of gear in that slot.
And 2,000-ish Cosmic Flux.
Yeah, it shouldn't be a problem.
Unless you got a load of legendaries. In which case, well, yeah.
And you use the Flux bag.
Yeah.
Yep. So basically, this is a guaranteed, assuming you have the basic bit, 1 bit of tier a week. And the reason why they sort of have this global, because it's global, it's not per character. So, you know, if you just go to it for the first time in week 3, you'll have 3 charges. And they've basically done that because they didn't want people to just be able to, you know, just hit a button and print a full set of tier. Which, you know, now that it's been 8 weeks, I feel like that's probably even less of a concern. Maybe this system would have made sense if this kicked off in like week 4 or week 5, right? But at this stage, it's like the race is over. People are just progressing.
That's the thing where even saying, well, the race is over, like that implies that it was for the consideration of the race. If it was for consideration of the race went longer than they expected, so they would have cut it to 3 or 4 weeks instead. But I think it's a case of they want to keep that progression like actually going for people. But I feel like it's the problem is the progression is both the jump in power was really strong. So obviously everyone's like, yeah, well, that's like because it's random. It's like, oh no, so I just get it this week and now I'm doing 20% more damage than my compatriot who doesn't get it. Haha, I guess the point was that's supposed to feel good. But I think it also just felt bad for the other side too much. And it felt disproportionately bad because of the focus in DPS. And obviously, you know, oh, you get a load of damage because you're lucky. That's great game design in this like performance-oriented game mode. So it's that case of just, I think it's like, it's a good try. It's a good shout. It fundamentally gets a lot of things right. Of like, oh no, the Creation Catalyst is a good solution. It's just, it's not the right solution for this. I think it was a damn good try. And if it was like earlier, but they also don't want to undercut the people still going under progression. Because I mean, for how many weeks will people be doing mythic progression? I mean, if my guild back in the Legion days are anything to go by, right down to the wire. So I think that's the kind of thing where they don't want to just make that just bullshit easy, but certainly have problems. Certainly need to rethink the maybe deterministic rate of getting tier gear. That's aggressive. And then maybe a slight luck-based chance to get it faster. Maybe something like that. I don't know. Yeah. But we'll see how, we'll talk about it a little bit later, but we'll see how they go for Season 4.
Yeah, by the way, tier conversion costs are actually not that expensive. It's 1,500 for helm, chest, and legs, 1,200 for shoulders, gloves, and then for belt, boots, it's 800, and bracer's cloak is 600. You might think, these aren't bits of tier. Why? Well, visual appearance. So, you know, if you want to start targeting those appearances for your class, this is a way for you to collect that transmog as well, which I think is a neat little thing to throw into that system. I thought this was funny, though. Getting tier can't be that bad, right? This is just, you know, cheeky wee 45 heroic kills. Yeah. 30 normal kills. This poor motherfucker still hasn't loaded any tier.
Oh, no. That's
oh man,
that is literally the problem with a pure luck based system. You catch, and this isn't even just like, you know, oh well, a couple players will have a bad experience, a couple players have a good experience. That's fine. As we've talked about, there's decent evidence to try to cut off the negative end for player experience, but there's also that part of determinism solves this. Even if it's really, I mean, that's exactly why the Creation Catalyst exists. You know, it's determinism to solve this. But if this player's having, you know, 50 boss kills with nothing, then the determinism doesn't need to be a baked on system at the end. Determinism needs to be a core part of it. So it actually gets to have that kind of, oh yeah, I'm having tier while I progress.
I remember getting a two-piece tier via vendor with Badges of Frost. Wasn't it in 3.3?
Yeah.
And I think, no, it was the same in 3.2.
Yep.
Didn't feel bad at the time, as I remember. WoW was pretty popular,
but World of Warcraft, that's the thing when you can't directly look at those and not address that people are very more performance oriented. Whereas like if luck isn't any part of it, basically what people want is full tier day one because they want the performance as opposed to the experience of progression. That's the kind of thing.
Oh, I wish we could just have some of these modern mindsets just fuck off.
Yeah, but
it's something that's always going to happen as an end game population. It's like every single expansion that happens, it's as if a higher percentage of people are end game players, and then it all just
snowballs. Yeah,
runaway snowball bullshit, and now you can't design an MMO anymore because your players have almost changed all of their gameplay expectations to being, why is this not like Destiny? Where I just kind of go and do my instant content.
That's the thing where you can make an MMO, but the problem is that people who play World of Warcraft and are kind of, the positive feedback loop of World of Warcraft is going in-game focused, which means all the people who are left by the wayside have to find something else. Yeah. World of Warcraft can't come back to those because the percentage of the audience is in-game. And they've kind of dug their own grave in that way, but it's not really a grave because it's what they decided to make. So it's
fucking Warlow Zoomers, man.
It is, it's literally not to do with age. I imagine quite a lot of it sometimes is, but basically those Warlow Zoomers that are like...
Damn Warlow Zoomers.
Kill the game. Yeah.
Also, the missing Pokepock animations
hotfixed
have been hotfixed. Yeah. Or sorry, customizations. Yeah, apparently they just weren't there. Seemingly took them a while to work out where the customizations were, and they've seemingly found them and turned them on again. There you go. It's back. Mm-hmm. And also, courtesy of Wowhead, we have some locations for them. So, the bronze and gold body is from Treasures, as is the beryllium and silver. Cobalt and copper is from Antros, the world boss. Ruby platinum from the locked Provis cache, which you get by doing the suck the circles daily, where, you go and the sparkles come out of the circles, and sometimes you get a thing. You get 15 of those things. You right-click on that. You get a key. You open the Provis cache with the thing.
And
Good guide.
Yeah.
There we go.
And
Video
you know what? The Provis cache definitely has a 100% chance to drop this ruby and platinum body. It is definitely not a sub 1% chance. Definitely not.
Well,
Yeah. Okay, I'm not sure with the sub 1%, but I think that's what Luke was saying, because he was the one who was looking for these a lot. Figured that out and then started complaining right
are
away.
they trying to kill Mephisto?
I think they are.
Because they already tried to kill Mephisto with the anyone who just likes to get the mogs with the random daily component of the some of the Covenant gear variants that were added in Korthia, where it just took the most inordinate bullshit amount of just literal days passing for the things to appear in the correct order so you could get get the stuff. Oh, that's a bit much.
Yeah. Okay. It is. It's not a sub 1% chance, but it is a percentage chance of getting it.
Single digit, you mean?
I don't know.
Okay.
I don't know, but it is a percentage chance. Hang on. I've now been pinged live by the person himself. Let's see. What's he said?
And we've got updates live in the field.
Okay. Yeah, he just heard it's not 100%.
Okay.
It's below that, which just means could do the same treasure a couple times, which is that's a whole game design thing in itself.
That's what we'll live.
Yeah.
So silver beryllium is from random treasure chests, and then sand-worn chests. Those will get you the cobalt and copper and the platinum and emerald. The idea that you can be changing the body colors, the component colors, the decorations. It's
Nice.
almost like this is kind of imagine if this was like a mount, and you could have different base mounts, different base mount colors, and then the way. Do you remember? Now you didn't, because you didn't play this game, but I remember back in the day in Halo.
Hello.
Before Master John was turned into a free-to-play live service, you could unlock a piece of armor map. And what you could do is you could set the primary, secondary, and tertiary color of the various different bits. Now you've got to
like
fucking...
a developer? Holy shit.
Yeah.
Holy shit.
Oh, it was great. And you could customize your dude, and then your dude would look like your dude, and you'd be like, fucking hell, here's my dude, I made my dude. Now, it's like, I have to look at the rotating store. I have to do my battle pass. And all of these things mean that I don't just get to be like, here's the shit I want on my bit of armor, and I want this color, and that color done. Oh, can't do that anymore. I love modern games.
Look
Woo.
at you. You're just a Zoomer who wants everything as it launches. You want instant gratification.
Gamer.
The entitlement's disgusting.
No, 343. I want fucking no feature regression. I don't want to have fucking feature regression as I move from game to game, for fuck's sake. I get it. You have a fucking complex set of reasons for your monetization model, and there's every fucking company's got a fucking Brad for monetization in it that needs to be fucking slapped and kicked out the door onto the fucking street because they're fucking ruining all our games. Sorry, this just got me, because you could just get your fucking Spartan. Be like, I want these bits of armor, I want them to be these colors.
Yeah, but
And it's so easy to do. So fucking easy to do.
Yeah, no, but what you don't understand is you'll pay for it. So just,
Yeah.
you'll pay for it?
Yeah. You motherfuckers buying all the motherfucking random ass motherfucking things. And now all these big bastard companies are just fucking taking all the shit out of our games. All these things used to be options. They're out.
Yeah.
So that someone could be like, aha! My penis is a millimeter larger because I bought the premium black gold diamond customization hex skin.
Yeah.
Color variant for my visor. Woo!
But think about the sense of pride and accomplishment you'll get when you finally, after the same event's been recycled multiple times and you've farmed it every day when it's up, you'll finally have the cool samurai piece from the Fractured Tenrai event. How satisfied will you not feel? Also, I'm pretty sure the Heroes of Reach season doesn't have Reach armor in it anyway. Yeah. Would you not feel like you've earned this? This is yours to keep. Almost like a prototype play to earn system. It's not money, but it might as well be. It's special to you. And everyone else who did it.
I'm going to advocate for forms of video game terrorism that will definitely get us banned, so let's not go down that. Yeah, there you go. That's my OP3. No, it's, man, it just, this, right, do you know what it was? This actually reminds me of a cool thing that we used to have.
Yeah.
And, like, just what the likes of Halo Infinite have done, just so that they can have a monetizable live service product, is, you know, just rip all the shit out and just put it on a swipe your dollars. And it's like, man, games are, like, you're killing games.
Yeah.
You're
Literally,
you're just saying that a video game is like the most with the blinders on, you doing mechanics, and that everything surrounding that experience, you know, the emotion-y bit is now monetized. Oh,
yeah.
man.
I'm just going to drop this image in here live. It's very annoying. It is.
Dear. What have you done?
And this is so old that this image is actually out of date for how games are these days. It will upload shortly, but surely.
That's it. We're all waiting in anticipation for this block to have content. Oh, shit.
Yeah. This is now out of date because it's worse than this.
Yeah.
It has gotten one stage worse than this. This is the world we're in where we're going, oh man, this is terrible. Looking back at this, oh yeah, remember when they just sold us DLC? Fuck, those are the good old days. God damn. I literally feel that way. Oh my good God.
This really is it.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you know, used to have, could you imagine RB in Chief, right? Where Chief is just trying to get some recon armor, and that's the main plot line of RB and the Chief. Could you imagine the new version of that? The Chief just has to steal the credit card, swipe it, and get the recon armor. Done.
Honestly, that would
Top,
still
top, top.
make for a pretty interesting show,
That's
just
true.
stealing the credit card. But also, a modern version of Arby and the Chief would be sponsored by Arby's.
That's it. Donuts has actually got it. You know, you can customize your bun with individual sesame seeds.
Exactly.
That's it. And of course, you know, like the new modern thing of like you put some food dye in the bun to make like the bun black or something. So it's
yeah.
like, hey, you know, it's like, is that what Marquez meant when he said matte black everything? I love matte black, by the way. I don't know, as a color scheme, I just love how, you know, light hits matte black. So I think actually black burger buns look really fucking cool. But now I'm just thinking of that as a monetization. Oh, Jesus. Okay. Oh, monetization. Okay. Oh, good. The brokers, I like them. We're back.
Yeah, to vaguely get back to World of Warcraft, I think it could be worse. They could be selling us Pokepoke customizations. Don't get that fucking idea in your head. They could be doing that.
Yeah. Stop it, Brad.
Oh dear.
Yes, so massive. I'm not going to go through it, but basically, yeah, that's it.
This
Customizing
hard.
the master cheeks. So Tazavesh nerfs.
Butterfly tattoo just above them.
So, fuck. We all absolutely have been terrified of going anywhere near Tazavesh. Could you imagine being a new tank who didn't do Tazavesh last patch? The fear of God would be put in you. Right, so basically they've just nerfed some stuff in Tazavesh. Could kind of go through it, but honestly, we're not. Okay, hang on. Now for the informed opinion, not from the two fucking clowns you're watching now. These Tazavesh streets nerfs are certainly welcome and in order, since for many groups, the dungeons seemed a bit overtuned and tightened the timer, especially since it features 5 bosses in addition to tough adds. I was predicting either an increase in the timer or a decrease in the enemy forces required to come soon. Blizzard opted for the latter. The nerfs to the ads are great, as many of the ads seemingly had a bit too much health, and some abilities did truck players a bit too much. And look at this. So, often with the Dakor box, you know, a thumbs up could mean a lot of things, but a thumbs up followed by a capitalized great, I think that actually means he's pleased.
Yep.
There we go.
And because we can't always have good news, something has to be. Someone has to come in with a cynical take. It's now 7 weeks into the expansion. Sorry, into expansion. Nope. 7 weeks into the patch. And you're nerfing it now, even though a lot of people are kind of... Not a lot of people are done. Just like, this is good, but...
Dude, no,
good.
they couldn't. They were too busy live nerfing content, so Limit would win.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
I'm fucking with you.
Yeah, how did that go? Oh, dear.
I'm fucking with you. Seriously, it's a joke.
Yeah.
It's a joke. It's okay. Calm down. I'm totally fucking divested from the Ruith.
Well, I mean, how do I put it this way? No, I'm not even going to go with it. Never mind. It's fine.
Plus, I mean, if I was spicy, I would have said liquid. Anyway, Taron Gregory on the new real-time cutscene tech, which we wanted to include here because this is actually really good. Little thing, if you're a Nelf in the judgment thing, then you stand behind Heronda when she says, "and my people." And this is the sort of thing that happens when the cutscenes are actually inside the game as opposed to being pre-rendered. This is really good. And I think we actually had an extended conversation about this, and I talked about this in a recent video, so we don't need to spend ages on it. But basically, this is really good shit, right? This is fucking great. Imagine this applied to like other cool moments from past expansions. They didn't have this tech. Even the Illidan Child of Light or Shadow and Light or whatever. Like, if instead of mouths just, you know... Because I was trying to mime it, but I can't mime it and then have words that are out of sync with my mouth because I am a human who speaks.
You're not a good enough voice actor.
That's it, yeah. But like, you know, their mouths are just sitting there flapping and just, you know, no lip sync, no nothing. Bam. They have the lip sync now. And I'm sure it's a decent bit of work. We know from even the Final Fantasy team. Really, in Shadowbringers, you see the quality of that lip sync increase. Yeah. And what do we not get? Hildebrand. Because it's just taking more time to do this stuff. Yep. You know, they directly said that was like the reason why there was no Hildebrand in Shadowbringers. So undoubtedly, this is more work for them. But I think it's the sort of work they'd be pretty happy and passionate to do because it just means there's so many more moments they can actually pull off in-game. And I imagine, you know, for their engine, that did involve making a whole bunch of new custom stuff. But now they have that capability. So, you know, even if it's late, like, okay, sure, whatever. But we have it now. That's good. So, yeah, I'm really happy. Really happy with this. And, you know, they are so good. Huge potential. Everyone, look at this. All the happy. Twitter accounts you follow are saying things. Fantastic.
All the Twitter accounts you probably shouldn't follow.
That's it. So, now that I have backed up my opinion with social proof that includes my own tweet, time to move. Yep, it's okay. Dakor put it there, not me.